Okay, January 16th, I've got two ladies from DP Todd, three ladies from Duchess Park. We just walked in and to our first set, the trap that always gets weasels. And we've got a squirrel in there, so I'm just grabbing my setters and we'll take it out. Now there's nothing big sticking out, so I know it's not a marten, but it might be a squirrel. But my guess, who's gonna pull it out? Probably another ermine. Keep getting ermine in here. Weasels, go for it. Pull it out of the trap.
How do I do that?
Just slide it straight out of the slots. Yeah, push the. Keep going. Oh, we got a big squirrel.
Oh my god.
Look at that. So that was its friend up in the tree going, "Wait, where are you?"
His tail like he's standing.
So he's. I didn't think things would be frozen.
He is frozen.
It's not bad. He's a little bit soft, but that's big. That's a good squirrel. Come on, check it out. Don't be shy. It's dead. Don't worry.
You know that things come alive.
Only in movies.
Well,
Unless it's a zombie squirrel.
Look at this.
so nothing in there, but something's moved some of the bait around. This is a Lynx cubby. So we've got a big trap, just like what we had in the Marten box. Big trap in there. And so the idea is that, and then we've got some fur. We've got,
What kind of fur did you put in there?
well, there's some deer hide.
Oh, okay.
This is deer hide with some lure on top of it. And then I've got some lynx paws from skinning out a lynx, because lynx love to eat lynx. That's their favorite food.
Weird.
They're cannibals. Something's pulled this paw down. Probably a squirrel, or actually probably a weasel, because they'll go right under the trap. But lynx won't push through this stuff. They don't like to get caught, their hair caught in there, so or their fur. They'll look for an easy opening, so they'll stick their head right through. And then the idea is that you put something hanging that when they look through, they're looking straight at that. If you put this trap down on the ground, down low, there's a good chance, because they're cats, they'll stick their paw in there and try and pull it out. And you don't want that. I'm just into one of our bigger bait stations checking snares, and I've pretty much checked most of them. There's nothing. It's pretty quiet in here. I don't really see even any fresh tracks. But I just wanted to actually take this time. First of all, thank everyone who's subscribed to the channel. I think I'm at 1,300 right now, which is pretty cool. I do enjoy the comments and feedback. I've had lots of feedback about make longer videos, and I always thought longer videos were kind of boring. I mean, a lot of people that are watching aren't watching all the way through, but those that are truly interested in the content obviously are. So that's pretty cool. Get the odd anti-trapper comment, but that's another conversation. But someone, one of the trapping shows, I think he's at 100,000 subscribers, is Coon Creek Outdoors, which most of you watching this channel have probably come across his. He made a really good comment one time, and I just kind of want to repeat that. And he talked about, supporting these smaller channels, but any kind of trapping channel, because we are being attacked pretty heavily by anti-trapping, anti-hunting, anti-fur. I mean, the list goes on. So any extra support and, getting our story out there about what we're doing and giving people an avenue to support it is great. And part of that is actually just supporting a lot of these smaller channels. So there's quite a few channels that I follow, and I'd like to give a shout out to a few sort of throughout the videos as I make them. But as you know, I take out students, elementary and high school, and some of them actually want to pursue trapping or would like to. And I came across one channel. I'm not sure how old this young man is, but he seems like he's probably a teenager. He's up in Alaska, just started a channel. I think he's only got maybe 3 videos. It's Mountain Edge. As I said, he's up in Alaska. He was pretty pumped the other day. He posted a video and he's only got 30 subscribers. And he was quite excited about that. So check out his channel, and again, you know, any little bit of support. And like I said, I'm gonna mention different channels sort of throughout, some that have been supporting me a lot and lots of comments back and forth, but that was just a brand new channel with a young trapper. That's exciting. So any kind of help you can provide watching some of his videos or subscribing to his channel, that would be super cool. So okay, we're gonna continue on here. I'm gonna head out and meet back up with my crew of students. I actually have four girls from Duchess Park and 2 girls from DP Todd. We're just going to move into another bait station. I'm more concerned right now with this warm weather that, as you know, in here especially, I've had birds wreck 3 of the coyotes. So I don't see any birds around, which is making me think that there's nothing in the traps, but we'll go check.
There's a nest.
So that and over through there is one, are not nests, but I'll explain what they are.
They look like birds' nests, though.
Yeah, so those are actually called tree brooms. So it's actually a disease, I believe, in the tree, and they're all little branches, but those get used by Fisher and Marten. They sit up on top of them, and that's where they rest, and they also hunt from up there. I can actually probably see from up here if it's set off. It doesn't look like it is, but whoop. Pacer's going after a squirrel. So Pacer only barks at 2 things, squirrels and bears.
Okay. And there was a squirrel, so.
Well, and hopefully the bears are sleeping.
Yeah.
And we saw and heard the squirrel.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is going to be treacherous. So I'm going to go down here. Like I said, you guys can stay up here if you want. The trap's not set off, but I'm just going to take a look and see if anything's walked across the pond. We got tons of squirrel activity in here. Cones everywhere. Which means we're probably going to catch a squirrel in here eventually. Nothing in our box. Same tracks from last time. Like I said, there's just tons of squirrels in here. We'll probably catch a squirrel. Look at all these. Squirrel stash under there. Never seen this before. She got a pile going. Oh. Huh. Squirrel hole full of cones. Okay, it's always fun sending students in first. Check out a trap. And then hear some squealing. Excitement. We got the weasel.
Now we got a squirrel.
Now we got some lunch. Let's see if you can open up, close the trap.
How do you do this again?
So go.
Oh, I have to get these things. These,
yeah.
right?
Okay, you can let go. And I just have to hold it while I get that on there.
I can have my squirrel.
A little bit closer together. There. Okay, let it off. Okay, you can open up the trap.
Open it again?
So you'll, yep. There you go.
Oh, my squirrel. Okay.
Maybe
Let's
it's
go
a
rest.
girl.
Okay.
Now I got mad
So this is one of our newer traps. It's a new box that the Duchess boys set a couple weeks ago. We've checked it once. Hey, look at all this squirrel activity, all these pine cones on the ground. It's not good. See what we got happening.
Closed, so I'm guessing that there's nothing.
You're right, good eye. It's still closed, so we know that when the springs are closed, the trap's not set off. So the other thing we now check for is to make sure there's still some bait in there. Sometimes the weasels can get past the trigger, but there's still lots of good bait in there.
There's nothing. Nothing.
So this is kind of a neat spot. Doesn't get a lot of snow. And the idea was we could get mink coming up out of the creek or the pond. So we got two different style Marten boxes. One with the opening at the bottom. And one with the opening at the top. Someone asked about why I do that. And actually this one over here with the opening at the top catches more.
Because that one's still pinned.
Yeah. Oh, check this out. These tracks here, this looks like Lynx.
You have a Lynx?
These are Lynx tracks.
You have a Lynx trap in here?
No, I have two Marten boxes, but last year I got a Lynx in the Marten box. Actually twice. Usually these ones the trap will pop out and they'll be hanging. So if they're not hanging
They're still close
and the
together.
springs are still closed.
And there's still bait
So
in both of them.
yeah, so this is where you can actually see the Lynx claw marks right here.
Oh, cool.
So I had a Lynx climb this, go across, and then stick its head in one of the boxes, and it fit through a trap. You can see that. Those are bear claw marks going up a poplar tree. The bark is so soft that it's easy to find them when you start looking for them. So this has been picked apart really good. There's all small pieces of frozen meat that I dumped, but so that's actually really good. That the birds are picking it apart, but they're seeing now they start to spread it out. And these are Lynx tracks beside it, but I think those are the old from the last time because this is where I got a Lynx last week. I think this is just birds pulling this out. We've got two snares right in here, which are not set off, but we got one more snare back. Which doesn't look like it's set off, but we'll come check this out back here. We'll show you, the Lynx was sleeping back here. They made a bed. So this is where I caught the Lynx right through here. It'll be a little harder to see now, but so these are Lynx tracks. Those are Lynx tracks, and then this is a bed. So when we caught it, this was like fresh. It hadn't snowed, so that was, it looked like it was probably from the night before or the few days before. So it slept right here, and then it went through a snare over there at some point. So yeah. So sometimes you have to be a bit of an investigator when you're out here, seeing where they're traveling, what they're doing. But it doesn't look like they've been back.
If this wasn't so open and there was more pinch points, this could be also a good spot to have.
Yeah, and so a lot of that bait that's in there has been drug out to here, like earlier in the fall. So there's some scraps under the snow here, or there was. So I've noticed there's been lots of activity in this area. So I should set snares farther back there at some point. Yeah, they like to come in away from behind the bait and check it out. The Lynx cubby is still set. Can you see the Marten box? Okay. It's actually in a bad spot because it's kind of open. They like a bit more cover. I should move it. What do we got? Because the trap's missing. Means it's hanging. And what do we got? Squirrel number 3. Oh, that's a good catch.
Okay, and then there's a little thingy.
It's right down by the ring. Yeah,
There you
there you
go.
go. And just let it go slowly. Yeah, so we're at squirrel number 3 for the day, which means you two got one each to skin.
What do you want to name them?
You guys and you're naming them your squirrels. All right, welcome back to Dead Pine Trappers here. This is going to be day 2 of the video. I didn't have enough interesting content from day 1. We're actually checking all the same areas. A couple new spots, but checking the same areas, but as you saw in the video, it was all the squirrels 4 days ago with some students. So pretty boring. Maybe it was 3 squirrels. 3 squirrels 4 days ago. And it's been really warm. Today is our first day. It's kind of cooled off a little bit. I'm just in checking snares, so if I see anything interesting, obviously I'll show you. We started out as minus 10 this morning, but it's warming up. It's absolutely beautiful out today. Not a cloud in the sky, but I think it was minus 4 by the time we drove out here. So it's going to warm up as the day goes, but it definitely feels a little bit crisper right now. Sounds a bit crisp too. So hopefully we have something a little more. I hear the ravens. Hopefully we have something a little more exciting to show. There is that's the one coyote I moved. That had been eaten by birds. And just tied up in a different area. Got a skip of snow last night or this morning, which is good. Be able to see if there's been anything new coming through here, but it's been super quiet. There's been like almost no activity for the bigger critters, wolves and coyotes or lynx. So hopefully today we see some sign, or better yet, see something in a trap. So far it's looking pretty quiet. I have got some DP Todd students, a couple grade 8s again. They've been out for wolves and coyotes. They've caught quite a bit, this group. And then I've got Pinewood Elementary, some students, and I've got Glenview Elementary. This is always interesting where Pacer decides to go to the bathroom. Not that you really want to see that, but kind of a main trail that I've been walking. Again, I've got my snare in there, which is really low. There's a snare through there. Again, low, but we've mostly been having coyotes now. Pacer's really sniffing around, so it's kind of crispy in here. Maybe we have had coyotes come through here. Can't really tell in this snow. I don't see anything obvious anyways. Okay, there we go. Look at that sunshine. So awesome, awesome, awesome day. What's your prediction today?
I don't know.
You gonna catch anything today?
Hopefully.
What do you think we might catch?
I think we're gonna either catch a marten or a squirrel.
A marten or a squirrel. Okay, well we're walking up to a marten box that has never caught anything this year. But we did get a marten in this area in a lynx cubby. And because it's been so warm, we barely have any snow. So this is an old cubby that I haven't reset.
Are we going
Right
to?
here. No, I didn't bring another big trap out. I see the marten box and it's not set off. Ah, darn. So check to see if there's any bait still in there. So I had a student, an elementary student, build this box, and they were allowed to paint it. And then look what color they painted one side. So I have this so you can't see it from anywhere.
Yeah, there's no bait.
Because pink is pretty attractive for people to see. And if you guys want to follow this trail in and see if you can find the marten box. I can see it from here and the trap is still set. No, there's nothing in here. A little bit of deer hide. So this is a trap that I would use to hopefully get a lynx or a wolverine. You might get a marten. Coyotes and wolves won't stick their heads in there. But nothing, I've had a wolf walk by. See those tracks over there? Those are actually coyote, I mean, not a wolf. These are coyote tracks. So coyotes come by here, walked around, checked it out, but they won't commit to something like that.
We kept on forgetting about the bark.
The bark? Oh, yeah. So we got to collect some birch bark for starting a fire. Did you guys?
I don't. Oh, it's right there.
Nothing in it.
Nothing in it. Well, birds around though. And it doesn't look like there's anything in the lynx cubby over there, but you guys can go have a look. Decent bait.
No.
Bait's been picked over a little bit, but it's...
From like the sides.
Yeah, actually.
Like right here.
It is pretty open now from the sides. We should fill that in. Okay, you guys have a job. Go break off some branches. All of you go break off a branch or two like this. And then you're gonna stick it in and make a fence around. Or you can lean it up, is fine. So you wanna try and fill in any gaps where something could go through there. Yes, yeah, so just jam it in there or lean it up. And you can do any side, you can do near the back, just don't do anything at the front here, because that's where the trap is.
Cool.
There, you don't have much happening today. We haven't got anything. It's been really slow. So I got the kids checking one trap on one side of the road. Just because we got to get a fire going here soon, get some lunch. People have brought hot dogs out, so we got to get that rolling. So trying to speed things up. I have a feeling this is going to be a 3-day video. I'm out on the weekend on the sled checking traps. So yeah, nothing there. So yeah, it's Thursday today. I'm gonna go out Sunday, check my main snare sites. I just set 3 more snares at the last bait station just now while the kids were checking another trap. Nothing. Are we gonna get skunked today? This would be a sad day if we got skunked, especially you two. Okay, I've got Lynx tracks. These are old, coming through here. This is actually, I'm in the area where I caught the lynx, where I've got that bucket bait. I actually caught a coyote here early in the year, but a lynx has walked right through where I had a snare, so I'm just actually going to put up another snare. Got all these brand new snares, again from North River Trapping Supplies, based out of Prince George. They've got a website online, a website obviously online, but a website you can order from. So it's super awesome. So I've had these soaking in some dye. The snares don't really take very well to dye, but I've had these soaking with a mixture of bark and a few other things. I'm going to set this up. I think I'm out of camera here, but I'm going to set the snare, attach it up high. Can't remember who I was watching on YouTube, one of the trapping channels, and they were talking about shoutouts. I had my very first catch in the same area chewed out, and they talked about if you set the snare up high when it's tight, they're less likely to chew out, where if the snare is anchored down low, they can get to, you know, part of the snare where they can start to chew. And never really thought of that. Totally makes sense. With wolves, they like to fight for a little bit and then they'll chew out. If you're not in an area where they'll get tangled up, then they quite often just stop fighting. I've walked in on some wolves in a snare and they're just chewing, and then I've had to dispatch them. So very, very intelligent. This has got lots of areas in here that they should get tangled. I don't really, not necessarily targeting wolves in here. I mean, there could be, I still think there's a big lynx in here, and I'm more likely to get coyotes coming back through here. So I'm probably going to set these a bit low, you know, probably too low for a wolf. But like I said, I think I'm targeting a bit more towards the coyotes. I mean, I wouldn't target a lynx with a snare like this, but that's exactly how I caught my last lynx. So, I mean, it will happen. So that's not too bad for a loop. I gotta put a little fencing here, and then I'm gonna put one more snare kind of right beside where the camera is. All right, our big catch of the day. Can you find it? Oh, the big old squirrel. Well, we didn't get skunked today.
At least we got a squirrel.
Has it been chewed on?
Yes. No? No, look like it.
Yeah, so something has tried to eat it.
Broke his paw. Or his leg.